Eu tô achando isso, gente. Vai ser uma vibe Final Fantasy VII e a última pode ser, na verdade, um ser de outra dimensão ou de outro planeta em si que caiu nesse mundo. Eu espero que não, né? Mas vamos ver. Acho que agora como tá a reta final, eles têm que começar daqui pra frente tem que começar a explicar sobre os decaídos e sobre. Bem, tem que começar a explicar o que que é a última, né? Pra não ficar nos últimos 10 segundos, nos últimos minutos ali é o desfecho. Mas bora lá então. Bora ver a consequência do que a gente fez.
It will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. But time is the one thing we always seem to lack.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Thanks for not leaving me in the Dominion. If you hadn't come back, I might still be stuck there. I told Nan we flew back on the...
Still alive, are ya?
Pergunta sobre os céus. Espero que não esteja esperando que eu explique isso tudo. Se eu fosse chutar, diria que é o fim do mundo. Vai lá, Luto. Obrigado pelo lurk, mano.
The whole realm's in chaos.
O reino todo está em caos. Tive pedidos cancelados de todos os cantos. Esse é um dos poucos associados com quem eu não perdi contato.
As the old saying goes.
Como diz o velho ditado, oportunidades aparecem em situações de adversidade. O mercado de aço está melhor que nunca. Não vou deixar faltar água e alimentos. Não se preocupe. Não vou deixar nossa pequena família passar fome.
If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. Finished, are you?
Trouble with your gear, or fretting about us guys?
Esquentar a cabeça por causa do céu não vai me ajudar no meu trabalho. Então vou cuidar da minha forja e deixar a salvação do mundo para pessoas mais adequadas para servir.
Unless that is.
Quer dizer, ao menos elas queiram me ajudar a ferrar os pássaros. Quê?
What's that for you, dear?
Vamos ver aqui. Dá pra aumentar alguma coisa.
Anything else?
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite. Or the moon, for that matter.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
There's talk of these skies driving men mad.
Vamos ver. O cupo não tá nem aí, ninguém. Tá, o que mais tem aqui? Bicho de machado grande. Irmãos whatever. Bichos diferentes aqui.
How may I help you today, Clive? It's not true.
Não é verdade, né? O mundo não pode estar acabando. Já era difícil antes com o céu ficar escuro, mas agora... Não consigo nem imaginar como vamos
We've
suportar.
lost so much already.
Nós já perdemos tanto, quanto mais ainda temos que perder. Isso vai acabar, não vai, Clive?
Come to claim your just desserts?
Droga.
All done?
Fancy a look at the list, do you? I don't mean to be gloomy.
Sem querer ser pessimista, mas o mundo todo está uma bosta. Os relatórios antes falavam de movimentação de tropas e das chances de libertar portadores. Agora só fluxos de éter. Ataques de acacicos. Não sei mais falar o nome desses bichos. E bandidos sendo uma praga de merda. Os Maldição e todos os outros aliados estão fazendo o que podem para
They need
aguentar,
all the
mas
help they can get.
eles precisam de toda a ajuda possível. Então, eles estão contando com você, Clive.
Don't be a stranger, eh?
Bem, eu acho que
Are we even safe here?
já vai rolar a vibe do... Vamos lá. Do Joshua
Back again.
acordar e explicar todo o rolê dele, né?
Allow me to educate you. Of course. Here you are. Thus ends today's lesson.
Deixa eu ver. Acho que não tem muito pra ver, na real, gente. Vambora lá, de fato. Vamos continuar a história.
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I'll leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Bora lá.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Senta, que lá vem a revisão. Está na hora da
Beneath
revisão.
these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better.
E aí, Dani, boa
Rumor
noite,
has it
mano.
the
Como você
ministers
tá?
fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
Caralho, Vivi, dá uma maticona em você, mano.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall
Tô
to
bem
the
sim, Dani.
people
Tô
to
melhor que
defend
ontem, mano.
themselves
Tô
against
melhorando,
those who
mas
would
esse
take what
sinusite
is
aqui tá me
theirs.
pegando ainda um pouquinho.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Mas tá melhorando, tô melhorando. E você, mano? Como foi o seu dia? Você tá benzão? Tá suave, suave na nave? Tô aqui de vez em quando tendo um pouquinho de raiva do jogo, mas em geral tô gostando de Final Fantasy. Eu falo isso, eu falo, nossa, tô gostando de Final Fantasy. Aí ele solta pra mim 1 bilhão de side quest, whatever. Pra me deixar puto. Nossa, eu baixei, mano. Eu baixei o DNF Duo, eu baixei o Gears of War, o Guilty Gears of War. O Guilty Gear pra jogar esse final de semana, mano. Eu acordei tão zoado nesses 2 dias. Eu falei, eu não tenho cérebro pra jogar jogo de luta.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I.
Aí, vai
And
começar a
on
parte
the
dos
6th
decaídos.
day, did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters? But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Vamos já upar leve aqui
Knowledge
fora.
hoarded is knowledge lost.
Sobre os céus, o que você
With
tá
the
achando?
darkening skies,
Com o escurecer do céu, o medo mais uma vez tornou conta dos nossos corações. Ainda que eu não tenha poder para dissipar as trevas lá no alto, quero crer que minhas histórias ajudam a iluminar aqui
but
embaixo.
be that as it may,
Seja como for, desviar nossos olhos dos problemas que nos assolam não nos ajudará a resolvê-los. Uma mera história não pode aliviar o fardo daqueles que precisam suportar o peso do mundo. Vamos upar aqui os
I
levels.
have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Vou criar a palavra pra vocês, hein?
There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you.
Mother Crystal. Vamos ver, confluência brilhante das lascas no centro de cada Crystal Matter. Quando o coração se despedaça, o mesmo acontece com a montanha ao seu redor. Desde tempos imemoriais, santuários foram construídos em torno de corações para adoração e proteção desses tesouros insubstituíveis. Os corações, no entanto, têm seus próprios métodos de autodefesa, respondendo a qualquer ataque contra eles com magias únicas e letais. Ou seja, tem gente que tentou atacar. Cristais.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Entidade sobrenatural por trás da grande parte das tragédias e conturbações que afligem Valestia. Ele pretende tomar Clive como seu receptáculo, mitos, e eliminar a determinação dele. Uma determinação fortalecida pelos vínculos da consciência que une Clive a outras pessoas. Ele lança a Dimogênese sobre o mundo, envolvendo-o em uma escuridão e transformando milhares em eu não me lembro como eles falam, se é Akarish, eu não sei. Gente possuída. Transformando milhares em gente possuída, para que esses vínculos de consciência finalmente sejam desfeitos. Joshua. Cadê a mãe do Joshua? Dominante da Fênix, antigo herdeiro do trono ducal. Embora ele e Clive tenham seguido seus próprios caminhos por muitos anos, os irmãos finalmente se reencontram em meio às ruínas. Tá, whatever, eu quero saber da mãe.
You are always welcome, Clive. I was wondering when next you'd visit. You wish to study the tomes?
Personagens. Cadê a mãe do Clive? Marta. Oliver, cadê? Filho de Silvestre e Annabelle whatever, graças a uma de suas mães, Oliver foi consagrado como imperador de Sacro Império. Sacro Império, fato que motivou meu irmão de príncipe a planejar um golpe contra ele. Foi a incitação sinistra de Oliver que levou Dion à loucura e provocou sua própria morte, perfurando o coração pela lança de Dion. Quando o garoto morreu, seu corpo desintegrou-se em pó, como uma prova que Oliver havia se tornado nada além de outro fantoche de última. Deixa eu dar uma olhada. Deixa eu enfrentar esses caras com 3 SXC. Putz, mano, dá raiva, não dá? Sabe o que me dá raiva? 3 SXC e o cara tá com 2 fusões no Goku Instinto Superior. Aí, maluco, eu piro, né? A falecida imperatriz do Santo Império de Sunbreak. Após queda de Rosária, a morte do Arquiduque, Elvin, ela se casou com o Imperador Silvestre e teve um filho com ele, Oliver. O sonho dela era, do lado de Silvestre, dar a origem a uma nova linhagem abençoada tanto por Bahamut quanto pela Fênix. Infelizmente, esse sonho chegou ao fim nos escombros do domínio cristalino, quando Dion, enlouquecido, matou Oliver e a vida dela terminou diante dos olhares incrédulos dos filhos que ela havia traído. Cara, é muito ruim. Eu pensei que ela ia ser uma Cersei, pensei que ia ter um jogo maior. Não, literalmente assim. A história dela era: meu sangue é superior, logo eu preciso ser superior a tudo. Tipo, não tem motivação nenhuma, sabe? É muito ruim.
Did you learn everything you needed?
Pô, velho, tem SXC no Dragon Ball, Danny, que me deixa pé da vida, velho. A SXC do Instinto Superior, ele teleporta pra onde você tá, me dá uma raiva. Aqui me tilta um pouco, que eu aprendi a jogar depois de um tempo, é do Gogeta 4, a SXC dele. A SXC dele é cuzona demais, que é um DP, velho. Ela já vi aquela assist tirar level 3, sabe?
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are 3. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means... there's only 2 people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Ok, deve ter aberto todas as missões, as sides agora, cadê? Side quests.
Clive! Here you go.
No.
Always something in there.
Mas vamos fazer logo, vamos ajudar a galera.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye?
Ainda falta...
First we find Isabel.
Eu tenho que treinar pouco o
saying he
Dragon
saw
Ball.
ghosts on the far side of the wall.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of
Eu não vou mentir, mano. Tem um problema que você gera pra si mesmo quando você tá jogando um jogo que tem netcode bom. É você tentar voltar pro Dragon Ball, velho. Tudo parece estranho, sabe? Tudo parece desencaixado. Aí até você lembrar e falar, não, netcode, esquece. Aí você é verdade.
My lord, milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like Akashic, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Tá certo, é. Não tem nada mudo.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
We could leave. The 2 soldiers were carrying an...
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall, because they are my charges and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives! Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did.
It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Okay.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
But my family... They're still in the capital.
You deserve this. Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
Metros. Porra.
I assume you have a plan?
We need to find out what we're facing. The captain lost his head because he never stopped to use it.
It was all they could do to escape.
Come on.
Ah, deixa eu trocar.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Clive, look!
I see them. With me!
Stay down!
Should I prime?
Save your strength.
There's a good boy.
Oxe, não tá saindo golpe? Porra, é essa?
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the one standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Vamos pro próximo. Você tá ligado que ele dividiu de novo as histórias principais na mesma vibe que ele fez com as sides? Inferno dele, inferno. Tá chegando a Evo, Dani. Tá chegando a Evo. Vai ser da hora ver os negócios. Vai ser da hora ver o que tem de novo. O que a galera criou de novo.
Sid! Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalamil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Eu acho que na Evo eles devem anunciar a data do beta do rollback do Dragon Ball, mas eu acho que eles só vêm no que vem.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Os bonecão andando.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Pera aí, gente. Um segundinho. Bora lá.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Then let us band together and show these brutes that...
shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy some. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. Mistakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
This way. They mean to overwhelm us. Fire and flame!
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Come now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
Quem ia tretar, Dutra?
I'll take that as a compliment.
Cidadãos. O que era isso daqui mesmo? O outro estava aparecendo aqueles bichos estranhos, né? Da última. Aqui era bandidos e o outro era o quê?
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Martha, it's good to see you.
Nada do...
And you, Clive. Jill?
Eles chegaram e falaram que cada galera que você já conhecia tá precisando de ajuda em alguma coisa. Aí você tá voltando basicamente pra ajudar ajudar eles. Mas basicamente você tá indo num lugar matando um grupo de inimigos, só isso. Mesma coisa de sempre. Por isso que eu tô falando muito, tipo, não tem o que fazer. Não é nada relevante.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
Esse jogo ele parece um MMO, cara. Ele parece as piores coisas do MMO que eu acho, tá ligado? Tipo assim, ele acabou de me dar um set piece inacreditável, tá ligado? Aí ele faz igualzinho o Final Fantasy XIV faz. Ah não, vamos contextualizar. Vamos fazer ele fazer umas missões toscas, tipo assim. Ele não pode só, tipo, ter conversa, tá ligado? Ou ter alguma coisa mais bem estruturada. Tipo assim, exemplo. Isso daqui que eu tô fazendo não é ruim. Faz, não sei, faz mecânicas, que eu tô entregando suprimentos, faz animações. Mas não, tipo assim, não é nada disso, tipo... É literalmente eu falo com alguém, meu Deus, tem um bicho lá fora. Aí eu vou lá, bato no bicho. Ainda bem que você apareceu pra bater no bicho. Aí eu, tipo, putz. E é fora que é só isso, sabe? Esse daqui eu acho que é o Final Fantasy mais sem criatividade que eu já vi até agora. Não teve puzzle, não teve porra nenhuma, sabe? É só isso. Ele é muito bonito nas partes das lutas dos icons, mas é só isso mesmo também. É que eu tô assim, meio... Sem esperança, porque eu acho que a gente tá no final, velho.
We deal with the Akashic first.
Vamos pegar os Akashicos. Eu vou lutar contra 3 ondas, vai aparecer um bicho mais forte e acabou. Tá vendo? Vai aparecer. Mais inimigos estão chegando. Segunda onda. Vai vir a terceira onda. Ah, foi 2 ondas. Ah, falou minha boca. Resolvido o problema.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place...
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all!
Lembra que eu tinha falado que eu errei?
We'll worry
Isso
about
teve
them,
2
Martha.
hordas?
You look after everyone here.
É, a
If
terceira
any
hora
can still
tá vindo.
fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
How do?
Mas já fica a minha recomendação aí, Dutra. Você que quer pegar esse jogo no PC, né? Espera uma promoção, velho. A não ser se estiver muito empolgado.
Much obliged. There you go. Much obliged. That all, is it?
Eu vi uma galera falando que, tipo, Final Fantasy Remake é muito superior a esse jogo. Em questão de combate, afim, desenvolvimento de personagem. Eu tô muito querendo ver, sabe? Esse jogo ele cansa. Ele cansa. Vamos lá pra horda. O Wade tá bom, já veio de olhinho ali, tá suave, ele tá bem.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Meu Deus. A mira tá freestyle, né? Vocês viram. A mira tá muito freestyle. Ah, o bicho morreu. pra ver nada, aí como eu disse pra vocês, o bicho maior é sempre uma esponja. Então ele ignora seus golpes. É muito maneiro, cara. Terceira ordem. Rapaz, pelo que eu vi, o Final Fantasy só tá bom que é na batalha do Zyko. Você achou, velho? Ah, cara, eu não sei, tipo... É que é foda, sabe? Que, tipo assim, eu tô meio que muito desgostoso com esse jogo, cara. Tipo assim, eu juro, de toda vez que dessas últimas 2 streams que a gente fez jogando o jogo, tipo, a parte dos icons é a parte que eu fico mais empolgado e todo o resto é muito ruim, cara. Muito ruim, tá ligado? E é meio triste ficar falando isso, porque, porra, mano, eu comprei o jogo preço cheio, tô jogando pra caramba, pô, acho que a gente vai terminar com quase 45 horas, tá ligado? É 45 horas dedicado pra um jogo, que é isso.
And yet again you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job?
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Eu vou teleportar. Tempo que eu subi o elevador, o teleporte em 3 segundos e me leva lá. Peguei. Cara, e deixa eu trocar, porque infelizmente o poder do Bahamut, eu sei que tem que comprar, posso comprar outras magias, mas eu não curti não, e a do Titã é muito forte. E agora do Titã, dá pra gente subir o level de 2 coisas aqui. A ultimate do Titã eu acho bem forte, na real. Vamos para ela de novo para level. Caraca, 4.000 e pouco. Nossa. Ok. Ah, comprar os itens ali. Eu acabei gastando a poção de força.
How do?
There you go. Thanks very much.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
É, eu tô pensando se eu faço uma análise desse jogo ou não. Ele não é de todo ruim, não. Lembra que eu falei que ia ter a terceira horda? Então, eu tava errado. Essa é a 4ª.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Ah, é? Então, vamos brincar. Vou esperar vir mais. Esqueci que o Titã não tem teleporte. Que... Nossa!
Something's coming.
Ah, tá. Nossa, que corte foi isso?
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we?
Vamos olhar. Olha tudo que foi na tela, tá ligado? O Final Fantasy Remake do outro, ele tem bastante coisa assim pra se fazer ou ele também tá muito nessa vibe de segue em corredor reto, bate em bicho? Fala uma coisa, bate em bicho. Final Fantasy...
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds. How many of your men were injured? A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise.
Tem missão que você tem que dançar, é verdade, tem a missão do Cloud vestido de mulher, né? Na primeira parte.
Or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Quantas horas pra zerar mais ou menos o remake do Final Fantasy VII, Dutra?
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
Ele vai ser o filho do outro mano lá, quer ver?
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Ah, a casa do Redfield só vai
It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade.
25 se tu rushar. Então umas 30, 40 horas eu platino, né?
You take me as your squire. I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me,
that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
Será que o Cuba já zerou já o Final Fantasy? Acho que já, né?
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Mas tem Game Plus? Eu posso zerar o Final Fantasy e depois começar ou não? Putz, tem...
I would not have it any other way.
Tem que zerar no hard, aí cumpri.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
I will not let you down, Lord Rosfield. You... or my uncle.
We shall be staying here for the time being, and not just for the ale. I'll have one of my men escort Oscar to Benimir once he's said his farewells.
Ok, o Oscar virou nosso novo pupilo. Introduziram do nada um personagem. Assim, eu não sei se é o final, então não vou falar que foi os 25 do segundo. O finalzinho ali do jogo, né? Não achei. Não lembro. Ah, de boa. Mas eu tava pensando até em cometer um sacrilégio. Cometer dar um joelho pro agiota
I'd be happy to tell Otto everything
pra pegar o
that
Final
happened,
Fantasy XII.
but I know he appreciates it when you spare him the time.
Ou Final Fantasy XII ou Final Fantasy XVI na Steam, na promoção. Mas é melhor... Só pra, tipo, querer jogar outro Final Fantasy pra ver, tipo assim... Pra você ter uma ideia, eu fiquei até na vibe de talvez dar uma chance pro Final Fantasy XV, pra ver se o Final Fantasy XV é melhor que esse jogo. Vai lá dormir nele. Valeu por aparecer aí, mano. Amanhã a gente... Vou tentar rushar esse jogo a madrugada aqui pra amanhã já tá com outros joguinhos pra se livrar dessa coisa. Mas valeu, mano. Boa noite aí. Bom descanso.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
Medalhão do Alto Clérigo. Deixa eu ver. Uma luz dos céus. A deusa Gregor nos ensina que andar com os miseráveis é o ato de grande bondade. Se quisermos aceitar essa verdade, não podemos chamar quem segue esse caminho de fora da lei.
All yours. Come again. I may have
Vamos ver o que esse negócio faz.
more for ya.
Medalhão do Clérigo. Aumenta o poder de cura das poções. Pera aí. Vamos ver se a gente ganhou ponto suficiente pra aumentar ainda mais as habilidades. 300 pontinhos. Falar com o Otto logo.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the color of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Finalmente chegamos, gente. Finalmente chegamos. Porque assim, com o despertar do Joshua, a gente vai começar a saber mais os mistérios desse mundo. Tenho certeza que
So it was
agora...
not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend.
Tá, essa daí a gente viu na CG, Joshua. E a última?
Only
Que é a
for
última?
his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. It is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Tyre's right. Your brother is in no condition to travel. That's all I'll say on the matter. It's Mid, Gav, and your uncle we should be thinking about now.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
You know how I feel about this, but your brother's stubbornness knows no bounds. I'm starting to think it runs in the family.
Esse aqui tá muito pra não só salvar a mid, né, mas muito pra gente ver finalmente a nave funcionando, né. Mas, então, é isso. Eu vou fazer uma pausa, a gente volta e a gente faz já a side quest e vai pra essa quest principal.